I think what I love most about filmmaking is that we get to document where we are in any particular moment in our lives. You know, how we feel from day to day can change. And the cool thing about filming yourself is that you can see the ups and downs that you go through, the trials and tribulations, the different moods, the way the world is affecting you, the way relationships are affecting you, holidays in this case, it's just, I think it's really special. And today is Christmas. It's 2023. It's about to be 2024. And I just wanted to come out here. This is one of my favorite places to come hang out when I need to find some peace and quiet. And maybe when I need to reflect a little bit and, just kind of calm myself down and find my equilibrium, let's say it that way. It's not New Year's, but it's Christmas, and today is like a day of family and friends and, being around people who you love and who love you, sharing a meal, exchanging gifts, even if they're just stupid little things like chocolate or a book or whatever. It's just a day of beautiful gestures, and a day of acknowledgement that, I'm sitting here spending time with you on a special day because I really care about you. And I think you care about me, and that's why I chose to be here. And, I'm funny about days like this because I'm kind of disconnected in many, many ways. And as much as I do get invites sometimes, I'm really careful about who I spend these special days with. And, that might be really stupid, but that's just how I feel. Like, I don't want to be around people that I don't feel really comfortable with and who I feel are kind of like family to me. But, you know, family is another thing for me. Like, I don't throw that word around. A lot of people do throw that word around, but I don't. I guess, you know, being an adoptee, coming out of foster care, and all of the exploration that has come with that for me personally over the last 17 years, it makes me really think about stuff like that. And so, yeah, I'm careful about where I place my energy and what energy I allow into my space. And also, I'm a big believer in consistency and time and patience. And, you know, sometimes it takes a while to know who you want to allow into your private space and what kind of circumstances you want to place yourself inside of. For me, this holiday is feeling like I've had a difficult last couple of years, but I've been working on a film that's about suicide. I mean, it started just to be about my biological father, but pretty quickly when I started writing my script, I realized I don't know my biological father. I don't know anything about him. Nobody knows anything about him. And I'm not into writing speculation stuff, you know, like, and, you know, as much as I'm a narrative storyteller when it comes to plays or films, which means I make up stories, you know, I try to take difficult things and turn them into something beautiful, and I say that a lot. But this is more based on a true story. Like, this trilogy that I've been working on for the past 17 years is based on my very ambivalent search for my biological mother and, you know, my search for my identity, to figure out who I am and where I'm from and who I'm from and all that kind of stuff. And so when I realized that I don't know anything about this biological father person, I started to think about the possibilities of who he could have been and what his relationship might have been with my biological mother. And if I'm being really honest, when I first speculated about that, I didn't go to a good place because, you know, the story that I was told originally by the Louise Wise Agency, who, you know, they don't have a very good history of telling adoptees the truth, to say the least. But I was told that my biological father was my biological mother's boss and that he was 25 years older than her. And then I subsequently found out that my biological mother was mentally ill. And so when I put that together, I was like, how did they come together in such an intimate way? It just sounded unusual to me, again, to say the least. And I don't know. I thought maybe I was a result of a rape. And that didn't feel too good. But then I started to think, like, why would I do that to somebody if I don't really know? You know what I mean? Like, if I don't really know who this person is, why would I do that? You know, why would I come up with that idea unless I'm positive? So, you know, I started, and also I'm a big believer in only writing about what you know, you know. And even if you create a narrative, you know, even if you're creating a story that you made up, it's got to be based on things you know, and you can't just say things that you don't know and kind of create them as fact in your story, because people are affected by that, you know, and you just shouldn't do that, in my humble opinion. And so anyway, I started to reflect more upon how, you know, my biological mother went through a lot in her life, and these are facts that I know, well documented. Go back to watch my other videos if you want. I'm not going to go through the whole thing here. But I know more facts about her. I don't know any facts about my, you know, the man who contributed to birthing me. And so I found myself thinking about suicide. I have lost way too many people in my life who have taken their own lives. And, you know, I also found that it's a really profound notion that somebody can get to a point where they can take their own life. And then I started to realize that the more you think about that, the more it doesn't seem so out of the realm of normal. You know, like, you could really, if you have any amount of empathy at all in your body, you can understand how people can do something like that. You know, I had a good friend who, you know, it's not absolutely positive that she committed suicide a few years ago, but I think she did, and I think a lot of people think she did. I totally understand how she got to that point. Like, I could feel it in my chest, how she got there, and I've thought about her a lot. So anyway, I've been in that space for 2 years because when I work on a project, I completely immerse myself in the work. And yeah, it was very difficult being in a headspace of suicide for almost 2 years of shooting this film. And now I'm almost at the end of it. You know, I got my man Steve Peckman writing the score and recording it right now. So we're almost to the end of this process. And so I guess on this Christmas Day, I'm grateful for the few people in my life that I have who I can absolutely say that I love, and who, and this is the part of me that's kind of fucked up, I think, but who I'm almost sure that they love me. But I have to admit, I'm never positive about that. And I think that's my own personal issues, you know. But I'm grateful to have people who I would literally step in front of a bus for. Like, and that's funny. My biological mother died like that, actually. She got hit by a van. But, and you can learn about that in my movie, The Center of Distance. Go see it. Vimeo on demand, a bunch of streaming services. But you could also see it on YouTube, and please don't tell anybody, but I put it here, it's for free. If you don't feel like spending $3.99 or $4 or whatever it costs at these streaming services. But there are people in my life who I would die for, you know. I would, and I've learned my lesson because there were a couple situations in my life, one in particular where I was not there for somebody who I love more than anybody. You know, I was paralyzed. Oh, there goes a train. I was paralyzed by something and I just couldn't, you know, I had some trauma and I just didn't do the right thing. You know, I wasn't there for somebody at her most, the time when she was the most needy in her life. Like, she needed support. And that's something I will never forgive myself for. And I don't think I'll ever get over that. But I'm grateful for the, you know, the self-awareness, you know. And I'm grateful for days like today, which I find beautiful. You know, I love days where people come together. I'm not into holidays. I'm not into religion. I'm not into anything like that. But I am certainly into sharing meals with people who you love. Like, to me, that's one of the most intimate, one of the most profound things that I experience in my life is when I get to sit and share a meal with somebody who I love. Or somebody who I even like a lot. I don't have to love you to share a meal with you, but I love that scenario. And that's something that the pandemic took from us for a while too, right? So I'm grateful for holidays like this. And so I'm just gonna say, I'm grateful to be here today. It's so beautiful outside. It's the worst circumstance for shooting. I'm sure the light's been going up and down, and you could probably even hardly see my face right now. Sun's behind me. But I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to live where I live. I have a beautiful home. I am grateful for the people in my life who I care about and who care about me. And I hope that today you are with somebody who you love, or people who you love and people who love you. And I hope you're having a great time, whatever you're doing. And I hope you're laughing and crying and reflecting and talking about the people who you've lost perhaps in the last year or over your lifetime, and talking about the possibilities of the children in your lives and what they have to look forward to. And, you know, maybe you're discussing how you can make the world better and how you can actually save this world for those children and save this country from, you know, the possible road that it's going down where your children would not have a good future. And maybe you're talking about how to make the climate better, you know, the environment better for them. I hope that you're talking about things that ain't all about you. That you're gathered with people who you care about so much and who you love so much. That you're talking about how can we come together and make things better. Whether it be the environment or our social situation right now, political situation, whatever. I hope you're talking about how can we improve this. And I hope you're having fun. I hope you're watching the Knicks game today. I hope the Knicks beat the Bucks. I hope you're watching football. I hope you watch the Giants tonight. And I hope Danny DeVito, you know, Tommy DeVito. Yeah, I'm still boycotting the NFL because I'm still mad about Colin Kaepernick. Tommy DeVito from Don Bosco High School in Jersey. It's fun. You know, I've been reading about it. I hope you're watching the Giant game. I hope you're watching whatever. You know, like, I understand that people from all over the place are watching this. I hope your team wins today. I hope your team won yesterday. They win next week. I hope that everybody who's ill in your family gets better and recovers. I hope that everybody finds success and happiness. Yeah, I hope everybody finds a level of happiness in their life. And yeah, and if I want anything in my life, that's what I want. I want peace on earth. I want opportunities for everybody. And that's it. I'm going to stop because I already said this in the last video. So Merry Christmas to everybody from this Jewish boy who had a bar mitzvah from New York, who doesn't celebrate the holiday but has had some of the most beautiful days of his life on Christmas with families who do celebrate Christmas. I mean, I have been at some of the most beautiful gatherings, and I'll never forget them, and I carry them with me all the time. And so I say Merry Christmas to all of them. I love all of you still. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Oh, please subscribe, and please hit the like button. I'm almost at 500. I think I'm like 2 people away. So, yeah. I'm going to go home now, and you know what? My oven is broken. I can't even cook a beautiful meal today. How much does that suck? So I'm like on raw foods for the next few days because, of course, my stove went down 2 days before Christmas, so I got to wait. Probably won't get it fixed for days. You know, usually on holidays like this, I cook myself a beautiful meal. I can't even do that. So, but I am going to go home and enjoy this incredibly nutritious raw meal. And I'm good at that because I'm kind of like the guy who eats like a science project anyway. So have a great holiday, blah, blah, blah. And I will see you next time. Peace, happiness, tranquility, all that kind of stuff. Safety, warmth, love. Love just is. Peace.